Chelsea Manning, this trans activist, has been arrested along with more than a dozen others for storming the women's restroom.
So some protesters showed up at the Capitol today to protest my bathroom bill.
And look, that's just an actual man. That's just a literal man.
It's a sticker and it says, "A trans person peed here."
Thoughts? I hate these people. I hate these people.
So this headline reads, trans military intelligence leaker Chelsea Manning. So this is a trans woman, i.e. male person, arrested for storming women's restroom on the Capitol. So a bit of background. Chelsea Manning, this trans activist, has been arrested along with more than a dozen others for storming the women's restroom. But the group held banners that read "Flush bathroom bigotry" and "Congress, stop pissing on our rights," and chanting "Speaker Johnson and Nancy Mace, our genders are not at stake." I thought that doesn't even properly rhyme. So yeah, Manning was arrested, sentenced to 35 years in prison in 2013 for leaking 750,000 pages of classified documents and videos about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan to WikiLeaks. Manning was born male, went by the name of Bradley during the court proceedings, but underwent gender-affirming care in prison. So hey, Kamala, this is one of your
Yep.
prodigies, now identifies as a woman. So I'm assuming, have you been aware of this thing that's going on?
Oh, yeah. I think it's hilarious how these trans activists are just screwing transsexual people over, because people who are legitimately transsexual and choose to live their life as the opposite sex have been going to the bathroom for all of our lifetimes with no incident. It is these people who have come in and want to create a scene and want to make a fuss that have really pushed people like me, at least, I think, into taking a harder line on it, because I used to feel like, no, go to the bathroom wherever you want. But now you see, like, look at this. There are no women going into the bathroom for this. And look, that's just an actual man. That's just a literal man. These are people, like, did you see that one guy sitting on the sink? That's not someone who's transitioned. That's just a straight up dude.
Totally. So there's a few things you said. So with Nancy Mace, and a bit of background if anyone's not aware, but Nancy Mace is a Republican who's been passing a bill to ban trans women, i.e. males, from the women's restrooms in the Capitol. And naturally, everyone's been freaking out. So here we're just looking at these people doing a protest and dancing in the bathroom. So you can see at the back there's that James Rose guy, the non-binary guy. The total, yeah.
No! Oh my God, that's your favorite, right?
That's my.
Oh!
It's a hate on, I suppose.
Oh,
The worst woke person, but
he's
provide
disgusting.
a lot of laugh-worthy material. So,
Ugh.
yeah. So how do you feel about Nancy Mace's position? I mean, do you support it?
She's a little insufferable with it. Like I said, I think these people are pushing everyone to take a hard line on it. My view is basically it's very unscientific, but I remember hearing Blair say at one point, just go with what makes sense. And I think that's true, because I think there are certain transsexual people who have transitioned where it would make them and everyone else feel uncomfortable if they were to use their biological restroom, like Buck Angel, for example. I feel like that would be weird, him using the women's room, or somebody like Blair using the men's room. However, if enforcing that is what shuts down these people, then go for it. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. You all made this bed, now fucking lie in it.
Mm. Yeah, there's a few things there. So one thing for me is that the women's space and the men's space are sort of different arguments, in my opinion. There are far less men concerned over this. So people always use Book Angel as kind of a gotcha, but I think there are far, far less trans women that pass than the other way around. At least at a first glance. So I think people always use Blair, and I like Blair a lot, but as an example. But I think in reality, in real life, without the filters, I think it's quite rare for a trans woman to fully pass something gives it away, whether it's the voice, whether it's kind of the way they move with their hands, whatever. And I think I've heard that women are actually kind of biologically better at identifying sexes because they're more vulnerable.
Mm.
They're the more vulnerable sex. So my position is that, we do say, oh, they used to use the bathroom, there were never any issues. But back then, there were far less people transitioning than
Mhm.
even now. People that fully transitioning, it's like exploded, and it's become a much more political issue. It's much easier to transition, whereas before they would have had to kind of go through years of screening. So that might have
Mhm.
that might have kind of weeded out someone that just wanted to do it to gain, access over women. But I guess for me, the thing about it is, like, women never consented to this to begin with, but doctors decided to do this thing to people. So it's not like before it was even okay. I mean, I think, and I've grown really hard line on this. I used to kind of be more. It's a very imperfect solution because I agree that I don't want Blair going into the men's bathroom. It makes no sense. But I think when we do this weird thing in society where we literally make one sex look like the other, we need to accommodate for that. We can't just do that and be like, okay, off you go. Just you're living in the world now.
Yeah,
I think at least at a government level, at a public level, there needs to be third spaces, and that needs to be the rule. I don't think. I think women just deserve the right to their own privacy. That the reality is
for
that
sure.
trans women still have a dick, and a lot of these trans women are attracted to women. So
I agree. I don't really know what the solution should be because alternatively, if we have gender neutral restrooms, I feel like then that kind of gives validity to this fiction that there are third genders and theys and thems. So I'm kind of not crazy about that either. Um, I don't know. Anything that shuts these people down. But it really goes to show that, for like I said, for all their talk of empathy and kindness, there's no empathy for women. There's no kindness to women. You have to listen to black people, they always say. Is there a time where women can be listened to?
yeah, as soon as they have anything to say, there's a bigot, and that Matt Burton
Yeah.
guy has been all over this. I mean, he loves making the argument
Ugh.
about this is just like segregating bathrooms from black people.
These people are nuts. And
And
everything they do is just out of spite. They're just arguing this because, first of all, if this is your biggest problem in life, that is called privilege. For people who throw that word around, these are the most privileged people on the face of the earth.
100%. And they talk so much. Yeah, I mean, their whole life is like about where they need to pee. And there are other people in certain circumstances that have, medical conditions or whatever that make their lives different to navigate. And sometimes they might go somewhere that just isn't really accommodating for them, but they work it out, they learn how to look after their own shit. And if they're so obsessed with this bathroom issue and they're so obsessed with, oh, but we're only safe in the women's bathroom, or even telling women, you're at no further risk by letting men into your bathroom. Well, if that's the case, then why don't they just use the men's bathroom? You know?
I think we should just send them to the disabled bathroom because they're fucking mentally handicapped.
Wow. There's your strong side coming out. Well, I mean, I think there is a lot of mental illness in this.
Democrats, grow a spine. Trans lives are on the line. Democrats, grow a spine.
Their lives are on the line. They have to pee in the exact place where they want to, or you are literally murdering them. It is literal genocide, literally literal violence.
It's so hyperbolic. And I love this. Everyone in the video are either trans women or quote unquote cis women, but just women. Um, but I can already see like a couple of the trans women here look like the kind of cross-dresser type. So it's
Oh
just
yeah.
funny when you take a step back because it's like, okay, this is women fighting for the rights of cross-dressing males to enter their bathroom.
These people just have nothing else going on in their lives and want to feel special. I mean, I imagine this being your biggest problem in life. Their lives are on the line if you don't do what they say. The fucking histrionics of these people. I can't.
Yeah, I wonder what charges they're going to get from that arrest. There's the Chelsea Manning person. I mean,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to him. Like, he does just look like a guy with long hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Life is hard truths.
Okay, so we are here at the United States Capitol. This is my bestie sister James. Hi. I also realized I had this in my purse. It's a sticker and it says a trans person peed here. It's actually very slay, and I will say, like, almost all the Democrats have a trans flag outside of their office right now.
Which is sick.
I lost the sticker. Damn it, I had a purpose for that.
Goodness.
Oh my god. You know, something stinks around here.
It's behind me.
Anyway, I have to pee.
Yeah, it's your hatchet.
I have to pee. There's something missing. Oh my god. These bathrooms are honestly like oh my god, someone found it. Someone else found it and put it in the bathroom that Nancy Mace
Why is there a
uses.
snail on it?
Wait, that's so crazy that someone else did this.
That's so wild.
Oh my
Isn't this once
god.
they
What an
tuck
ally.
their
We
junk, it's like a little slug.
Thoughts?
I hate these people. I hate these people. It's funny, for years they would accuse me of like, you hate people, you're hateful, and I didn't. I'm like, now I do. I genuinely despise these people.
That's a good point, actually, because I noticed that when I started talking about this stuff, at the beginning, I was really gentle and I was just like really talking all about like the facts and saying, oh, but I really empathize that this person must be struggling or whatever. I just got the same reaction. So then I was like, okay, screw this. I might as well say what's actually on my mind instead of pandering to people.
No, I completely agree. They have made this bed and they can lie in it. And that guy is just disgusting. Like the entitlement.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so hard to understand that they can't, even if she upsets them and they're offended, like, he's just a straight up guy with a beard. Just like, there's so much misogyny in trans activism and they're blind, you know?
Oh, and it's funny too, the difference in how they go after men versus women. They genuinely hate women, a lot of these people.
Well, yeah, because lots of them want to be women, so naturally they're envious of it. It's quite, you know,
That's a good point.
we have a few trans women like Blair that talk about this openly, and I just think they respectfully say, like, I'm not a woman, I'll never know what it's like to be one. Even the concept that a male can just sort of dress up a certain way and grow his hair out, and a lot of these fetishistic guys, like, that in itself is misogynistic, just to think, oh, all these things are what makes a woman, you know?
Mm-hmm. I can't with these fucking people. I can't.
And that friend of his is just being such a useful idiot. Do you know, so with
She's such a typical fag hag. That is the difference between a fag hag and a fruit fly. She's a fag hag.
well, I'm sure he'd reject that because he's a they them. Maybe.
Oh yeah, of course. With his gay orgies.
Can anyone just go into the Capitol? How does that work?
I guess so, right? And first of all, isn't this? I was told that this is an insurrection.
Yeah.
Aren't they insurrecting the bathrooms?
This is the leftist insurrection, of course. It's just trans. Everything's trans.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right, so some tranny protesters showed up at the Capitol today to protest my bathroom bill, but they got arrested. Poor things. So I have a message for the protesters who got arrested. You ready? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney, be present during any question. If you cannot afford an attorney, I doubt many of you can, one will be provided to you at the government's expense.
She's such a fucking drama queen too, though. She's like basically a drag queen.
Also, what do you make her for using the word tranny?
I think it's kind of funny that she gives no fucks.
Do you think
I
that
mean,
it's a step too far?
no. Because I mean, what? They're gonna hate you less if you don't say it. I don't know.
Do you think
I
it can
definitely think she's. What's that?
can it kind of vindicate leftists, to say, look, they really do hate us when you use words like that?
I mean, don't they anyway though?
They do, but I feel like if any of them are going to kind of red pill themselves, then they have a better chance if we don't stoop down to their level and, actually call people trannies or whatever.
That's true. I mean, I definitely think she's a drama queen. She's using this to make a name for herself. It's a little insufferable, but
Mm. At the same time, I do think it's funny and kind of badass.
yeah.
So I can see both sides to it.
Well, these people have just like taken away all ability I have to care about anything they do.
Yeah, you're so right.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It just gets to a point when you just can't give them any more energy, or you just don't
I've reached my limit.
what they think anymore. You just need to move on. So that's where we are.